do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet. This sugar. One man on me, but get deep. Watch what you play. I'm here all day.
Ready?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll set up to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
2nd and 4. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance. This week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, just keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick. And what a terrific play, holding him to no gain.
And he'll go down at the 28. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really haven't. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just heading straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
That one goes for 36 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, whatever reason.
Love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Oh, but you're good at it.
Good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So out now come the Lions. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. These two teams all tied after one.
Ready? 91. Ready?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. sacked back at the 31. Danielle Hunter has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
60 or.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
2nd and 9 now. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. That right there, his first incompletion so far in this game, Charles. He was 9 of 9 before that.
Yeah, I think that qualifies as being locked in. And then you have to ask him the question, so what caused the incompletion? Come on, man, get back on your game. Let's go.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. So here are the Vikings to take over. They were winners last week, defeating the New York Giants. They lead this one as well right now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Second and 10. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Back to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2nd and 5. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward, only for about a couple there. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Man open, it's Moss, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
He'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Saquon Barkley with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game, because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. They'll look to throw here. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Push him back.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. The open man is Westbrook. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is taken at the 3. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Able to get away. Blitz coming, and down he goes. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Move. We got 4. We got 4. Hey, hard. Sit down.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his tight end fan. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big gain of 31 on third down.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into third and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check 26, check 26.
Kill.
Hey, box drop. Spike.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I